Hey beautiful people, this is Anupama Chatterjee, the creator of the Effortless Lifestyle. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about what I eat in an entire day. Now, because I'm a dietitian and a wellness coach, a lot of people ask me on a regular basis, Anupama, what is your breakfast? What is your lunch? And I have honestly spoken about it here and there in small fragments of videos, but today I'm going to compile it all together and tell you what I eat in an entire day. Now, before we move forward, it's a disclaimer. I do not like to eat a lot of food, and what I eat does not mean the same food goes for you, because everybody is different, every person is different, their likes and dislikes are different, their medical history is different, their physiological structure is different. So make sure that you consult your dietitian and reach out to the right person while making your own diet. Alright, so let's start. On a typical day, my day starts early in the morning because I start working around 6:30 in the morning. So I have to go out for work at around 6:15 ish. So I wake up around 5:30. I do a little bit of workout, maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes sometimes if I get time. And the first thing that I do after waking up, and of course brushing my teeth, is I take a glass of warm water. I squeeze half a lemon in it, a teaspoon of lemon in it, and I add a teaspoon of honey to it, and I drink it. Okay, now what it does for me is it cleanses my system on an everyday basis, and immediately after I've done that, I take my turmeric pills, or I take a pinch of raw turmeric, just this much, and I chew it. Now many people don't find it very tasty because it has got a pungent taste to it. So many people prefer turmeric pills as well. I also take turmeric pills because I'm a lazy person sometimes, and though turmeric grows in my backyard and it's easily available and it's the best form of curcumin you can find, I take turmeric pills, which is obviously complemented by piperine, which is black pepper, which increases the absorption of curcumin. So that's what I start my day with. It's an quintessential start of my day: warm water, lemon, honey, and then my turmeric. Then pre-breakfast, I pre-workout, I don't like to have a bite or anything. Some people prefer that, but I don't do it because I don't have time, honestly, on work days, and other days I'm just not that person. So after my workout, I have a little bit of food before I go to work. So it's just because it's early morning, I have a little bit of a banana, or maybe boiled eggs, or maybe a half cup of milk, milk, rest of it is water, and I just add a little bit kesar to it and I drink it, and I go to work. My breakfast mostly is fruits. My breakfast is sometimes uh, muesli. I love muesli. So because it has dry fruits and everything in it, I just add a little bit of milk, and then we are good to go. Now I use dairy milk, which means cow milk, and most people I know, they prefer less fat milk and no dairy. Like, no dairy means like almond milk or coconut milk or whatever they find, soy milk, many options. But I have grown up on cow milk, and I don't find it a problem, and I'm not lactose intolerant, so I can go about it. Next is mid-morning snack. I don't take a lot of mid-morning snack, but if I do, sometimes when it's very hot or I'm just feeling a little bit of hungry, I go with coconut water. Sometimes I take a glass of water. I just fuse whatever fruits are there in my home. I just dunk it in my water, and I just have that water. Sometimes I'll go for something that we make in Bengal. We call it chas or lassi. So it's not actually lassi, because lassi is a very heavy food. What I do is I add about 25% of yogurt in a glass, and the rest of it is water. I add some rock salt to it, and I add a little bit of black pepper, and I give it a swirl, and I drink it. Okay, so that keeps me full for a long time. So this is when I'm working hardcore and I don't have a lot of time to drink. Okay, water also, because when we are working, we are working outdoors, so it becomes very difficult to keep your water intake right. It's very important that you keep your water intake right, no matter where you are. So I always carry my water bottle. Like when I'm making this video, I have this plastic bottle around, but what can I do? So this is the, I always have water when I'm working or wherever I am. The key with water, so this is a bonus tip, the key with water is, if you want to have enough water, the water should be always at your arm's length. You should extend your arm and you should be able to grab your water, because if you're not able to do so, your water is further, because we are great, we don't want to move out there and grab the water. So you must make sure that the water is very close to you. Okay, so after that, lunch is essentially around for me 12:30, max 12:45 most days. So my lunch will be very simple. I love Indian style of food, so I have a bit of rice, one bowl rice, one katori rice. I'll have one katori of dal. I love dal because I am a Bengali person and dal bhat is great. Okay, and I like my mache jhol, which means fish. I like my vegetables sometimes, and if I don't have the yogurt in the mid morning, I have it in the evening. The same thing, I'll have it as a evening snack, or sometimes I have it after lunch. The reason I mentioned is I have it after lunch sometimes also. It's a very small bowl of yogurt with some rock salt and some black pepper. Occasionally I also put some palm candies in it. Okay, it makes it immensely tasty. And yeah, so that's my lunch, 12:30, max 12:45. Then in the evening at 4 p.m. ish, I'll have a glass of warm water. I don't like tea or coffee, so I have warm water. Along with it, I sometimes take dry fruits. Sometimes I don't like dry fruits and I'm looking to munch on something, so I will make something called the murmura, which is like puffed rice, and you add a little bit of oil to it, and I add like coriander leaves, you eat onions, you add chilies, all of these you add up and make a mix out of it, and then have it. Sometimes I'll have chana, which is like sprouts. Sometimes I will cook the chana and I have it with some onions and some little bit of salt. You just salt it and you can have it. It's good to go. It's like very easy stuff. Like if I want to have the chana, the cooked chana, I'll have to plan it before, so when I remember, I do it. If not, then I'll have some sprouts also. You have to like soak it before, and but I always soak my sprouts on an everyday basis some way or the other, because sometimes I don't have it the next day, I have it the next day. It's also possible, so I have that very often. Sometimes if I'm looking to have some coffee, I have a coffee occasionally when there are people around, or I'm having a coffee with someone, I'm out on a date or something. I have my coffee. Sometimes I like to have sandwiches sometimes, because a sandwich is a very favorite food of mine. I love sandwich. So if I'm having a evening sandwich, like a evening snack, then I'll not have heavy dinner. If I have had a sandwich, sometimes that is just my dinner, because I'll just order 2 sandwiches instead of 1, and that's my dinner, and it's done by 6:30. Okay, because I like to have my dinner early, honestly, because it gives you a lot of time to digest. It gives you a very good feeling. Try and have your dinner early, and it will give you a very good feeling. You'll never feel heavy when you sleep. You'll never feel heavy when you wake up the next day, especially if you're having eating out. Try to, the trick with eating out at dinner is you just have it before 7. Just before 7 you have it, you're sorted. Also, if I'm having a lot of sandwich, then I'll have it just as my dinner. Sometimes later on I'll have a soup, or if I'm not having a sandwich or something in the evening, in the night, I'll have same again a little bit of rice. I don't like to eat a lot of things. I am like immensely big foodie. I love to taste different food, but I don't like to eat a lot. So the thing that I do is I always eat little things. So I have a little bit of rice and a little bit of dal, maybe a little bit of sabzi, and I like my fish, or sometimes I'll even add a piece of chicken to it. I'll have it, and that's all. Okay, and that's a typical day for me. I also eat out sometimes, but when I'm eating out, I make sure that I have the right thing, not the right like not a lot of thing, but the right thing, and I make sure that I eat as little that I can, because I don't like to eat a lot, because same food a lot doesn't matter. Different food you taste. So the trick with food is that you want to taste everything. You don't want to eat everything a lot. So because if you have studied about taste, you have to keep your taste buds as diverse as you can, so that you can taste different foods, and you can taste out the different things, so you can spot the difference when you're having different kinds of food. So that's what I eat in a day. It's nothing fuzzy. I'm not a very fuzzy person when it comes to diet, so I'm very pretty much flexible. This is Anupama Chatterjee signing out for today. I'll come back with another video very very soon. Until then, take care. And if you have any issues with your diet, you want to figure out what is the right diet for you, if you want to figure out what is the right nutrition, what is the right lifestyle, what is the right motivation for you, then give me a call on +91 8945 006 514. That's +91 8945 006 514, or you can visit my website anupamachatterjee.com. The link is in the description. See my website, know what you like, know what you want to do, and if it doesn't still work out for you, give me a call. Until then, take care.